huge macro news coming in for the cryptocurrency markets. We've got just a raft of insane stories that the stock markets are going to love. The macro is going to love. Jerome Powell might even like it. Okay, we got the goods going on here. Plus, Ethereum's been ripping. It's once again right back to that utterly critical level. I want to discuss the catalysts and what's going on there. We've got Sol, we've got BTC, we've got meme coins. We're going to get it. So first and foremost, guys, check this out. Huge news. China and the USA have agreed to extend the tariff pause by another 90 days during talks held in Sweden, aka they are working out the deal. The deal is being worked on. The best deal, the biggest deal. Some people are going to call it Trump's deal. It's going to happen, okay? China and the USA will make a trade deal. It's big damn news. Remember, they've also got Japan that made the trade deal recently. It's big damn news. And guess what? President Trump has just said the United States has officially reached a trade deal with the European Union. I'm sorry, this is massive and absolutely mega bullish for markets moving forward. All the fears around tariffs are being resolved. The deals are being made. The deal will include 0% tariffs, the EU buying $750 billion worth of U.S. energy, reduced automotive tariffs to 15%, with an understanding the EU will purchase more U.S. vehicles. Man, dude. The art of the deal, baby. The Don's doing it. He's doing it. He's making it happen, guys. That's crazy stuff. This is all very good for the macro moving into the rest of the year and even into 2026. Okay, you need to understand this. Breaking news from Sven Henrik sharing this. Breaking. Trump on Fed's Powell got the impression yesterday that Jerome Powell might be ready to lower rates. Trump saying Powell is a very good man. Trump got to him, guys. They got to him. Jerome Powell's going to lower the rates for us. Maybe not soon. We'll see. But the rate cuts are coming. There's a lot of crazy going on in the background there. And we don't even need rate cuts. That's the crazy thing. We had the whole .com boom with rates over 4% the entire time for like 4 or 5 years. We don't need the rate cuts, but they're going to come, and it's going to be like pouring gasoline on a raging fire. It's going to be nuts, guys. Anyway, that's coming. This is all, oh my gosh. Lucas saying liquidity is coming. Trump considering stimulus checks for low-income Americans. That's crazy stuff, man. This would partially fueled, of course, by the tariff income. They're just going to spread the money around. And of course, what are people going to buy? Okay, oh, they're going to go buy food, Lark. No, they're going to gamble on dog coins. Come on. You know they're going to gamble on dog coins. Keep it real. Okay, that's the macro. ETH, holy crap. iShares Ethereum ETF is number 2 out of all 4,300 ETFs and inflows over the past week, right behind Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. iShares Bitcoin is number 5. Crypto has taken over Wall Street, man. That's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Tom Dunleavy sharing this one. Just looked at docs for another oversubscribed $200 million plus ETH treasury company. We're going to have at the market bids for Ethereum just sitting on the shelf. Sitting on the shelf for $10 billion plus by the end of the quarter. That's crazy. That was in response to Van Spencer's at Sharplink Gaming and BitMine, which I own both those stocks, by the way. Traded $3.5 billion volume combined yesterday. Together, the two companies have up to $7 billion they can use. That's crazy, man. Tom Lee wants to get 5% of all ETH for BitMine. Joe Lubin's just going for millions of ETH. I mean, the buy pressure is absolutely insane right now on Ethereum. U.S. spot Ethereum ETFs saw over $1.8 billion in inflows last week, surpassing Bitcoin ETF 72 million. Wall Street is pushing ETH higher. They want the catch-up trade. They're looking at Bitcoin right now and going, man, we need a lot of money to get Bitcoin to double. They're looking at ETH and going and saying, you know what? It's not going to take a whole lot of money to make ETH double. And they want to double their money, don't they? Check this out. ETH is at the level, okay? I've got this driven on the chart here a few different ways. So this is this top orange line. This is the major downtrend line that ETH has been finding resistance at literally for years, okay? So that's a pretty damn big deal, obviously. But the real big boss right now for ETH is $4,000. You can see, okay? March 24, $4,000. We got rejected hard, man. We went from literally $4,000 down to $2,800 in a few weeks. What happened again? We saw here in May $4,000 again, rejected super hard, down to $2,000, 50% drop. $4,000 again in December 24. Massive, of course, gargantuan, disgusting, fat dump of a drop. Absolute crazy stuff happening here as the prices absolutely got eviscerated. Once again, we're back to the $4,000 level. Can we surpass here? Can we push higher? Can we pump from here? That is the question of the day. If you're longing into resistance, wait, okay? If there's going to be any kind of rejection, the rejection is going to happen in this area, okay? I'm bullish, though. I think Ethereum will push through this 4K level. The breakout trade here is at 4K and beyond, though, not running into the major line of resistance currently where we're at right now, okay? Just FYI. When we break out from $4,000, that moves us up to all-time highs probably very quickly. I mean, look at the buying pressure coming in. I'm bullish. I think that it's coming. That's why I've bought SBET. That's why I've bought Bitmine. That's why I also currently am holding spot Ethereum for this particular trade, okay? Plus a futures position open on Ethereum as well. Just look at the big money. Look what they're doing, okay? Don't listen to the words. Watch their actions. Watch where they're putting their money, and they're putting it in ETH right now, okay? Guys, want to trade these markets? This current campaign ends in 3 days, by the way, for BitUnix. Get yourselves an account over at BitUnix, where I'm doing most of my futures trading at these days. If you want to join me over there, it's available to anyone, anywhere. That means you, okay? Just click the link down below. No KYC, no VPN. You can use BitUnix. And here's the deal. Right now, when you use that link, you can get up to $400 in deposit bonuses, plus you can get up to $9,000 in trading bonuses. That's just cash back money they're going to put in your account, man. That's some crazy stuff. Go check it out. Link down below. Now, we had a huge sell-off of Bitcoin last week, as Bitcoin Monger here points out. Galaxy Digital selling a lot of that OTC Bitcoin. Meanwhile, everyone else is buying. Everyone else is buying. Huge amounts of accumulation have happened here for Bitcoin. 98 companies have raised $43 billion since June to buy Bitcoin and crypto, more than double all U.S. IPOs in 2025. Think about the insanity of that number that I just told you. More than double all U.S. IPOs in 2025. The Bitcoin treasury wave is here. The Ethereum treasury wave is here. Crypto is taking over Wall Street, guys. Look at the Ethereum ETFs. Look at the Bitcoin ETFs. It's insanity. This is the fuel of the cycle, and it's far from over. It's far from over, okay? You need to realize that. Bitcoin successfully bounced off the 20-day EMA. Remember I said in Friday's video, guys, don't get bearish at the 20-day EMA retest. They're normal. They happen multiple times during an uptrend. This was one of our first major ones here, okay? So keep your head in the game. Stay focused on the big picture here. Real quick, Pepe, key ETH beta. Now, I've got stopped out on this a couple times. I'm once again back in a Pepe trade. Let's see how it plays out, of course. 20-day EMA retest. Pretty sloppy one here. We got down with some decent wicks there, but you see those were bought back up immediately and pushed back up to the 20-day EMA. Currently sitting above it. So my current trade here was entered around this current level with the stop loss under the 20-day EMA. Okay, so let's see how it plays out over the next few days. With ETH continuing to pump, it's only a matter of time before Pepe catches up here. So if you're looking to get into a Pepe trade, I feel like it's active now and that there's an entry potential for it right now with, again, a relatively clean stop loss and validation point under the 20-day EMA here. Okay, with Solana, again, 20-day EMA retest. Look here from the initial breakout back here in June, okay? We had this nice consolidation right here on the 20-day EMA. We had another approximate retest of it here around 157 and a very clean retest of the 20-day EMA here on the 25th of July, okay? These are times you need to look for buying in an uptrend. At some point, the uptrend will end. At some point, the 20-day EMA will not hold. That day was not Friday, okay? Higher. Guys, much higher. We are in the early innings of potentially a very major breakout trend. And if we lose the 20-day EMA definitively with multi-daily candles under the majors for, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP and stuff, okay, we change our opinion. We say market's turning bearish. Fine. That hasn't happened yet. Look at the charts. Get the bear market PTSD brushed out of your brains. We're going to be okay. Things are going to keep going up. Look at this. Jupe Launchpad. This is crazy, man. So Let's Bonk is at 76% market share for meme coin launchpads. Pumps down to 11%. It's got absolutely decimated. Jupiter, though, Jupiter is coming in hot, man, at 10%. They are catching up. They're catching up here, guys, so watch out for this. Now, Bonk charts real quick. Bonk is forming up a massive bullish pennant here, guys. Look at this. This is a super bullish chart pattern for one of the most bullish coins in the Solana ecosystem, most bullish coins in the meme coin ecosystem. They're literally buying back Bonk every single day with the massive revenues, and they're absolutely dominating the meme coin launchpad space right now. Why I've not sold my AVAX bags, I don't know. That's a different question. Anyway, bonk, man, bonk to the moon. Holy cow. I'm not in a trade, not in a spot position currently, but chart is looking very, very interesting right now. Check this out. This bullish pennant, if this breaks to the upside, as bullish pennants often tend to do in an uptrending market, then the breakout target becomes 0.005, which is a very significant move here for the asset. So if we were to break out around there, this is around a 40% move higher, potentially brewing here for Bonk, assuming the pattern resolves the upside. Now, currently there is no trade. I want to make that very clear. Currently there's no trade. If you want to accumulate spot positions, that's one thing. If we're talking about just a trade on, Bit Unix or something like that, that's a different proposition. In that scenario, you need to wait for the top line to be broken, okay? Currently recoiling up, okay? And something could happen, and this could resolve to the downside. And the downside resolution is going to bring us back down to a pretty significant level, down here to around 0.00022 or something like that, okay? So the upside break, watch for the top orange line to see a daily candle close above that. Ideally, you'll see some volume down here starting to pick up and back up that move. If so, then that target comes into play real quick. Okay, so this is a trade to watch in my opinion. Also, shout out to my Jupiter bags who are still sitting on a big, fat, beautiful W pattern. The neckline has not broken. When the neckline does break, it'll be a significant move here, taking Jupiter probably back up to around $1 or so. Okay, so big potential move brewing there for Jupiter too. By the way, also another 20-day EMA retest the other day, okay? Don't lose sight of where we are and what's actually happening in the market. Look at the charts. Let the price action tell you the story, okay? Guys, you're awesome. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I appreciate your time as always, and I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.